Welcome to the Conversation in the Cold Ones podcast. I'm your host, Damien, my co-host, Jared.
Heyo.
Jared, why don't you take us into the brewskis of the week?
I'm rocking a Mike's Harder pineapple and mandarin fucking lemonade fucking drink.
Is that what they actually call like their alcohol, more alcohol in it? Just harder? Mike's Harder lemonade?
Does this have more alcohol in it?
Isn't that what the point is?
I think it might. No, yeah, it probably does.
Oh, I'm drinking a Corona.
Ew.
It's Corona time. I gotta get Miller Lite. David says Miller
Ew.
Lite's really good.
Ew.
Corona tastes disgusting to me now. Like all
Corona tastes better than Miller Lite, I'll tell you that.
I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna mix it up. So, Jared, we have before we get into like our main thing that we're doing this week, big news came out from Microsoft. So, you know, Sony is over there saying, we have exclusives. We have all these games. We have all these games. Microsoft went bet and purchased Bethesda for ZeniMax for $7.5 billion. They paid more for Bethesda than Disney paid for Star Wars.
Really?
Yes. Disney paid $4 billion.
I did not know that.
Yeah, just think about this. Disney paid $4 billion. They made all their money back in 4 movies. It's kind of fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Anyways, so now Microsoft owns all the IPs that Bethesda worked on. They own all those sister companies. So, like the people who made Wolfenstein, Dishonored, all that shit. Yeah, Microsoft owns those companies too. All those IPs, Wolfenstein, Fallout, fucking Elder Scrolls, their space, whatever field game that's coming out, Starfield, that they're working on. They now own all of that. And from the reactions, all I see is positivity from people. And here's what a lot of people are wanting. So, Obsidian, who made that game earlier this year that made fun of Fallout, I forget the name of it right now. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, they're now under the same umbrella as Bethesda again. So people on Twitter are calling for them to be able to make a Fallout New Vegas too. And I am down.
They're not gonna.
I'm down. Let them make that shit. Let them make Fallout New Vegas 2, because New Vegas is probably the best Fallout game besides Fallout 3.
I mean, it was dog shit, but I guess I'll have to play it just to see.
Wow. So Phil Spencer got asked, you know, how is this going to affect like the exclusivities for Bethesda? And he said that each game will be case by case for exclusivity. So
really,
I think there's 2 games that I think will be on every platform. Fallout and Elder Scrolls. 2 big of games to keep on certain platforms. Like, if any of them were going to be console exclusive and like PC exclusive, I think it'd be Fallout. But you never know. They might just say fuck it and make Elder Scrolls only on Xbox and PC. That's a big win.
That's fair.
But I'm guessing the next Wolfenstein game is probably going to be exclusive. The Evil Within 3, I'm guessing is going to be exclusive because that's a pretty popular like survival horror game. I'm guessing like there's that, it's called like Deathloop or something like that they have been showing. I'm guessing that comes to Xbox way sooner than it was supposed to. So big deal that has been made. Now Microsoft's at like, I think if you include all of those studios that like come with Bethesda, they're at like 31 game studios developing exclusive content for them.
Jesus.
Those dudes went from 7 to 30 in a year.
That's crazy.
Like, they're spending all this money. So here's what I was thinking when I heard this, right? I don't think they've been planning all of this for this generation, like this upcoming one.
They're planning it for next.
I think they're going balls to the wall next console generation.
To finally, once and for all, put Sony in the fucking dirt.
I'll be honest with you. I think Microsoft's going to acquire one more big company. And because of their relationship, and it's the same thing with Bethesda, they've had a working relationship with Microsoft forever. I want Microsoft to buy CD Projekt Red.
Really?
I think it could happen. I think Cyberpunk comes out. It's a big game. I think Microsoft could potentially buy them. If they're willing to spend $7 billion on fucking Bethesda, they can spend $2 billion on CD Projekt Red.
I mean, that's fair, but I don't know if they'll do it.
They should do it, though.
I mean,
So
A lot of
anyways,
things they should do.
yeah, excitement. If you're an Xbox guy, you should be excited because a lot more content's just going to be coming to your console. So you don't have to hear the Sony fanboys
The
keep going.
better console.
Right. So I just wanted to address something real quick. I got my new mic in. I'm waiting for my preamp to come in.
You talked about your mic last week.
Yeah, but just let me talk about it.
Okay.
So my preamp is on back order. It should be shipping October 2nd. So this week and next week should be the last podcast you should hear of like this shitty quality mic, basically. Yeah. Even though it's not shitty.
You'll get some good quality like I have.
Yeah, we have the same mic.
You sound worse than me.
I don't, but okay. Also, if it sounds weird, it's because I also dismounted my Blue Yeti from my stand, and I put my SM7B on the stand, and I'm just holding my Blue Yeti right now.
Really?
Yeah, like a microphone. It's actually quite nice. But then I have the Blue Yeti stand that I put it on when I'm just playing. So, yeah, just 2 more weeks. We should be good. So let's get into this. Let me set this up correctly. But first, please make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share, follow, whatever you're doing if you're enjoying this so far. We're about to get into our big topic for the night. So,
and pay attention to our tweets and Instagram posts.
Yes,
and
I'll link all that down below. Yeah, I'll link it all. Jared's been working hard getting that all set up. So you'll get tweet notifications. Make sure you hit the little bell on YouTube. So, go ahead.
And if anyone follows me on Twitch, I'm getting ready to put a new background up for all of my things. So I have my own personals plugged in, but I'm also going to plug the podcast stuff in there as well.
Oh, well, very nice.
Yeah.
So last week, it's actually been a few weeks. Me and Jared have been talking about this. I came to Jared and I said, "Hey, let's say
come on me.
Shut up. Let's say a new person who's never seen movies before comes up to you and says, 'Hey, give me 10 movies you'd recommend.' What would you say?" And Jared thought about it. I thought about it. Well, instead of just doing 10 movies of all time, we're doing 10 movies I'm doing 10 movies per decade. Jared has a little bit more on certain decades.
I couldn't decide. Leave me alone.
10 movies per decade that you think someone who's never seen movies should see. So before we start, if you would like to do this, comment down below, or you can tweet us your things. Maybe next week, if we get some, if we actually get some things back, I could put it in the video, kind of show off, hey, look at this is one of our followers, the fun stuff that people do.
This is what so-and-so said about their opinions, whether they agreed with us or not. Yeah, do some compare and contrast, absolutely.
And then also you can let us know what you think of our list. Obviously, our lists are 100% correct. And there's no better list. But let's get right into it, Jared. I'll let you go first. We are starting off with the 80s. 1980s.
Oh, fuck. We're going backwards. Hold on, let me scroll up. All right. So, my first pick, and these aren't in any order.
Yeah, no order.
Yeah, but the one I have in my number 1 slot was Footloose.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was a great movie. That's like...
I was looking... catchy-ass theme, though.
And also, I'm pretty
Bacon,
sure,
right? Kevin Bacon, yeah, it's Kevin Bacon. It is
the actor or the guy who sings it.
The actor, Kevin Bacon, he's in that movie.
Oh, because I'm pretty sure Kenny Loggins sings the song. But yeah, I picked Footloose because shit's awesome. Hard to go wrong with something like that. I can't remember last time I saw it, but I remember that it's a good movie, so that's what I put on my list. Do you want me to go through all of mine, or do you just want to do back and forth?
We'll go back and forth. I'll kind of respond to the Footloose thing. Footloose is not on my list. I thought about it. The only reason why it's not on my list is, one, my mom loves that movie, and I've seen it too many times.
You have to hate it.
Yeah, I have to hate it. It's just something a son should do. Hate everything your mom loves. And... But I will say the final act of that movie is where he gets in the little scuffle in the parking lot, and then he goes into the dance hall and he absolutely kills that shit. Yes, I'm here for it.
I remember that.
So for the 80s, my number 1's actually the number 1 movie everyone should see, and that's The Empire Strikes Back.
I forgot Star Wars was in the 80s. I don't have a single fucking Star Wars in my 80s.
This is the only Star Wars movie I have on my list. for every year. So Empire Strikes Back could be arguably the greatest sequel of all time. It could go down as that or T2, whichever one you want to go with. I think this movie was the first. Well, it's hard to say. I think this is the first masterpiece space movie besides Clockwork Orange. Even though it's not, or not Clockwork, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like, besides that movie, I think Empire is the only thing that comes close to that. And also, this cemented George Lucas as one of the greatest filmmakers and concept people of all time. You had great characters. You brought in Yoda. You had the greatest twist in movie history with Darth Vader being Luke's father. So great. You know, it still holds up today. I mean, it looks older, but I think a lot of the like visual effects look good. And yeah, so my number one's Empire Strikes Back.
Awesome. My second one is Friday the 13th.
Wow, you put a horror movie on there?
I mean, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I have a few horror movies in there. I had Friday the 13th on here as like my 10th one, but I got rid of it for another movie, which we'll talk about when we get there. But
see,
so
I know you're surprised because I don't like horror movies. I think they're stupid as shit. But I can't deny the fact that it's a good movie. And pretty much everyone I know who likes horror movies is like, oh, Friday the 13th, but only the first one. And I'm like, yeah, cool. So, you know, I'm willing to give credit where credit's due.
You know what's funny about Friday the 13th? A lot of people don't know, like kids these days don't know that the first Friday the 13th movie didn't have Jason in it. Jason wasn't in the movies till the third movie. No. Second or fourth movie. So the first movie is his mom, who's the killer.
I didn't know that.
It is.
I said I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think so. The third one is a random guy dressed in the KKK hood, which I'm just saying that as a joke. The second one, I don't think it's. I think Jason. The first movie Jason was in was Part 4. So yeah, not the most, but one of the most iconic slasher people didn't come until like the fourth movie. But I'm gonna double check that real quick. So give me 1 second. When's the last time you saw that movie?
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
What?
Is because that's different from the Halloween movies. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Really?
Yeah, I've only ever seen Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street once, and I don't remember the whole thing. And I've seen Halloween, the original, at some point in my life, and the new ones, and I don't know if I've seen Friday the 13th. I played the game, so I know things.
Okay.
Sorry, that pause was because I took a big swig. Yeah, but I don't. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen it. Why do you ask?
Well, like, so those older horror movies, man. I just haven't. Oh, so Part 2 is the debut of Jason Voorhees. All right, so Part 2, but Part 3 they went with a different person, and then Part 4 he came back. So, Friday the 13th, Part 2, the body count continues.
Ooh,
that's a lot of girls' motto right now. Body. Yeah, that the first like Friday the 13th movie is honestly the one I would probably watch last out of all of them. But it's iconic for what it is, so I'll give it that. Yeah. My number 2 is Back to the Future. I must preference this, and I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. I hate Back to the Future. Part 1, 2, and 3, all equally. I fucking hate these movies. I don't get it. I don't understand. But a lot of people like it. I feel like it would have been wrong of me not to include this movie in the top 10 80s movies of all time, even though personally I don't feel that it's even top 20. But what's your number 3?
Top Gun.
I fucking forgot about Top Gun. Shit.
It's okay. There's a lot you forget about as I'm learning as I am reading more movies.
The volleyball scene?
I don't remember Top Gun.
But you just put it in there because Tom Cruise?
Oh, I mean, like there are scenes from that movie that I can kind of remember. I think of like the dogfighting, but like
Yeah.
I can't remember that whole movie.
Yeah, I'm
Like I
excited for the
don't
second
know what
one.
order. Same. I have to rewatch the first one. I like that a lot because of Danger Zone. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alrighty. Uh,
because good movie. What's your three?
my third is The Shining.
Ooh.
Obviously, Stanley Kubrick came in, absolutely directed his ass off with this movie. Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's
Yeah.
Wolverine. Um, I can't remember his name right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Anyways, this is, I think, maybe if not the best horror movie of all time. Jack Nicholson is who I'm thinking of. Yeah, so Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
I think this has so many horrifying elements. The way Stanley Kubrick kind of like, you never know with Kubrick what he's trying to say in a movie. Like, there's certain directors that will like come out and they'll just kind of lay it all on the floor for you of like what they're trying to say. Kubrick did not. In The Shining, there's so many hidden meanings that people have found, like, you know, the carpet being either a penis or a rocket ship, and that leading to different theories that people had. What the ending ties into, how there's certain key clues about how much more abusive Jack Nicholson's character was to Danny, how Danny might have been molested by Jack Nicholson's character when he was younger. So there's so many different like hidden things in there that make it even more horrifying. And also it's just, it's one of those classics, man. The theme is one of the like one of the best themes of all time. So my number 3 is The Shining. What is your number 4?
The Breakfast Club.
Now, I'm just gonna ask this: have you seen The Breakfast Club?
Yes.
And you actually like that movie?
It was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
That okay.
Do you want to know
Grease
why?
come out? 76, I think, right? I think it was 76.
I don't
I might be
fucking
wrong.
know. It's not on here. So the reason I watched Breakfast Club in the first place, do you want to know why I watched it? Can you guess the reason I watched it before I tell you?
Because they had that episode of Victorious that was just like it.
No, that's gay. No, because it was in Pitch Perfect, the first one.
Oh, you're so disgusting.
And I had a fucking hard on for Anna Kendrick. So I was like, oh, something. Then I watched it. Also, did you know the Goonies came out in the fucking 80s? I didn't.
Yes, I have. Wait, you were supposed to put the Goonies on your list.
Yeah, I know. Dan can be mad all he wants. The Goonies is a shit movie. Anyway, continue.
Facts.
What's your
spoiler
What's
alert,
your fourth?
Goonies isn't on my list either, Dan.
What's your fourth?
This should be no surprise. My fourth is Blade Runner.
I just saw that. That's good.
The first one?
No, I mean I'm looking at a list of movies from the 80s because I only had 6 from the 80s because I couldn't find better ones.
Blade Runner, I think, is one of the best looking films of all time, one of the best like atmospheres of all time, some of the best lore. I think the themes in this movie are dark. They're something different than what was coming out at the time. I actually have a whole video talking about Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049. So if you want to watch those and get like my more in-depth thoughts on the first and second movie, if you just click my YouTube channel, the first video that pops up is like my main video is my Blade Runner video. And I go into like a 25-minute like talk about how good those movies are. I have clips of the movies in there. Tears in the Rain is a top 5 score song of all time, and then you have the whole Tears in the Rain monologue that happens at the end, and it's just such a heart-wrenching moment. I think this should be like the second movie anyone should see. But yeah, so what's your number 5?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Really?
I'm
gonna tell you a movie right now that should be on your list. If it's not, it needs to be put on your list. You ready?
Yeah.
Because my number 5 is E.T.
Hey, I was looking at the list. I was looking for movies in the 80s. That was number 2. And I was gonna, but I didn't.
I mean, E.T. like is
E.T.'s ass.
what?
E.T. Okay, I shouldn't say that. E.T. is an okay movie. It's just not something I would want to watch more than once in like a year.
Well, yeah, you usually watch it like around Halloween time.
No, I'd watch it like once every 10 years at most. I
Okay.
haven't seen it since I was like not like less than a teen in my
Okay.
youth.
So E.T. obviously Steven Spielberg at the height of Spielberg.
Mm.
Just, I mean, the 80s really belonged to George Lucas and Spielberg. I mean, we'll talk about Indiana Jones in a minute because that's on my list, spoiler alert. But these
Same.
two were just at the top of their game. I mean, they both worked on Indiana Jones together, right? Helped create that character. But E.T. is just such a heartwarming story. It's such a weird movie that, like, when it came out, no one thought it was going to be good. No one was really excited for it, and then it kind of just took the world by storm. I mean, I haven't seen this movie in like 3 years, and I still remember a lot of it. You know, you had the little Yoda Easter egg when they're walking around and during Halloween. I think
Yeah.
I think ET has two of the like top 20 most iconic moments ever in film. You have the scene where they're flying the bike and they fly over the moon or fly in front of the moon, and then you have the scene where ET phone home and he fucking touches them with his fucking long finger. Like, historic. So I guess we're on to your sixth one, Jared. What is your number six?
Before we kind of brushed past Bill and Ted, and I think that deserves a little bit more spotlight.
I mean, we can brush past Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted, first of all, I've seen clips of Bill and Ted my whole life, but I've never seen the movie fully.
Okay.
So, as a lot of you may know, Bill and Ted Face the Music, the third movie, came out really, really recently, like 2020. And I saw that and I was like, oh shit, that's Bill and Ted. Like I've always wanted to see the other, like the older ones, but I've never seen it. And I was like, and also Keanu Reeves, so I have to. So just about a month ago now, for my anniversary with my girlfriend, we watched both the older Bill and Ted's from the 80s, and then the day after anniversary we went and saw the new one. So Bill and Ted, I'm really glad I went and saw it I'm really glad I rewatched them because they were so much better than I would have expected, and that's why it's on my list. It wouldn't have been if I hadn't seen them.
I mean, it's a good comedy.
Anyway,
it's good.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't deny it. Keanu Reeves in anything. I mean, come on.
Yeah, daddy. But my number 6 is going to be Ghostbusters.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I fucking hate Ghostbusters too.
Like 2 as well?
Yeah, like I hate 1 and 2 of Ghostbusters, and the all-female one even more.
Why?
I think they're very highly overrated. I think the comedy doesn't hold up anymore. I think the VFX don't hold up anymore. I think the plot... I think the plot is very dry in Act 2, and it just never worked for me. The theme is great, though. I'll give them that. It's a fucking catchy-ass theme. He gonna call copyright. That's what you're gonna call. But do you
Coffee doesn't hold up anymore?
Yeah,
Sally.
All right, but do you genuinely like Ghostbusters? I think the shining place is Bill Murray.
It's been a fuck off long time since I've seen it, but I like Ghostbusters. Yeah.
I mean,
what's your number 6?
I would watch Ghostbusters over a lot of movies, but there's also a lot of movies I watch over Ghostbusters.
Absolutely. What's your number 6?
Scarface.
Fucker.
Yeah, Scarface.
I'm taking Scarface off my list now.
We can have the same thing.
No, fuck you.
Yeah, Scarface is a top 5, like one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Al Pacino absolutely fucking kills in this role. The score in this movie, I know I keep bringing up score, but it's great. I think the intensity that this brings up, you know, you have the whole scene where, you know, there's a bomb underneath.
To my riddle friend.
You have the whole scene where I'm glad you interrupted my deep thought to say that. I'm happy for you. You had the intense scene where they have the bomb underneath the car and you see kids get into it and you see Tony Montana fucking sitting there and you know he just ends up saying no, I'm not killing kids, shows his morals, and then like fucking 5 scenes later he's sitting there talking about beating his wife. So really good dynamic there. I'm always down to beat some wives. I think the movie's great.
For sure.
And I think Al Pacino gives one of the best performances ever. So yeah, number 6, Scarface. Also, I would just like to say, ending scene, fantastic.
I'm just gonna say, reason I interrupted you was because that's the only scene I know from that movie because I've never seen it.
Fucking disgusting.
And I want to see it.
You should see it. It has such a. There is a point in that movie.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, I'm just fucking saying it, dude. When he kills his best friend, it hurts.
Jesus
it
Christ.
hurts because the best friend's fucking his sister, even though his best friend's a good guy, and he just fucking comes up to him, bow, gone,
so
deleted.
I'm just sitting here. I don't know where it came from, but a bee just flew up from underneath me, and it scared the shit out of me.
Just smack it.
I don't know where it went, but anyway, my number 7 is the Indiana Jones movies.
Oh yeah,
like all of them, because I couldn't really fucking decide
Temple
which one
of Doom
was
the
best.
best one. You can't even deny it. Temple of Doom's so good.
Temple of Doom's pretty good. But I'm just gonna say while we're here, I don't have Star Wars on my list,
but Star Wars will be on your list.
Exactly. I shouldn't have to put that. Star Wars, you just should watch. Star Wars is a great movie, so it's not on my list for the 80s. Indiana Jones is, though, because I feel like people know less about Indiana Jones than they do Star Wars. So I just
Raiders of the Lost Ark is quite literally the greatest adventure film of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you can put Temple of Doom up there too. I prefer Temple of Doom because it's more dark, but Raiders of the Lost Ark is literally a perfect film. Like, Spielberg and fucking George Lucas absolutely killed it, and it was fucking fantastic. The stunts in that movie are insane too. I'll try to, if I remember, I'll link a video down below where they kind of go in like behind the scenes of how the stunts were done. It's kind of nuts.
I'm down.
So my number 7 is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Hey,
this, like, when I first saw this movie when I was a kid, this was the only horror movie to ever like actually scare me. Because my mom liked to fuck me up when I was younger. And when I was younger, I would watch Scream constantly. I was watching all these horror movies constantly, but I never watched Nightmare on Elm Street. And finally I watched it, and it fucked me up for 10 minutes, and then I realized it was just a movie. But that scene, hello kitty, you're not allowed up here. That scene where she goes out into like this alleyway and he like stretches his arms super long and then proceeds to chase her, still haunts me to this day. Great scene. Freddy Krueger, obviously, probably, top 3 horror villain of all time. And I forgot to put Halloween on this list.
Yeah. Same.
But what's your number 8?
My number 8 is Poltergeist.
Okay, another horror movie. Have you actually seen this one though?
Fuck, maybe. I can't remember. I feel like I have, but like when I was real young. Like, just my parents were watching it, I was just in the room, like that kind of thing. So I don't know. I haven't seen it like for in a current memory.
Poltergeist is really cool. Really cool
movie. I've heard it's like really good.
It's really good. The remake's kind of trash, but the old one, pretty good. You know what's even better than Poltergeist? The Family Guy version of Poltergeist.
I've not seen it, and I want to.
It's fucking hilarious. So my number 8, I'm gonna get rid of Ghostbusters. I'm gonna put Halloween here.
Okay.
John Carpenter obviously fucking nailed it. I think Halloween or Michael Myers has probably the most iconic horror theme besides like Jason Voorhees with the thing. I think Halloween is better than Friday the 13th. All of them, just the first movie. And what I love about this movie, like the fact, because I actually recently rewatched all of them, and it's just so crazy to think this was one of the first horror movies to ever put you behind the mask of the killer. There are scenes in that movie where all you hear is just Michael breathing, and you're looking through the mask at his next victim that he is going to absolutely fuck up, right?
Yeah.
But so what is your number 9?
Full Metal Jacket.
Okay, Stanley Kubrick, I got you.
Yep.
Why?
It's a good movie.
But what about it?
I like the beginning with the guy who yells.
Yeah.
And the guy who shoots the guys. What's his name? I forget his name, but he's cool.
Yeah.
I literally stopped watching that movie after the beginning though, because I didn't give a shit. I just wanted to see that happen. Yeah, I know, it's bad of me.
that is one of the most iconic war films of all time, but it's actually an anti-war film that delves into what PTSD can do to people and how the military way is actually flawed in a lot of ways. So Stanley Kubrick actually nailed it, basically. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that it's anti-war. My number 9 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I've loved this movie since I was a fucking kid.
I almost put that on mine.
I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Sorry. First off, you got that baddie in the movie, red dress and all, thick as hell. Yeah, she's just a cartoon, but I want to fuck.
Oh.
I think the dark humor in this is great. What always shocked me about that movie, and I saw it behind the scenes about how they did it, but there's certain parts where the main character grabs Roger Rabbit and he like twists him around and everything like that, and it's always looked so real, like he's actually grabbing the cartoon character, and it's always blown my mind. Like, it still looks like that today, and how well they did that on such a low budget. That movie's fucking fantastic. It's funny as hell still, and I recommend everyone to see that movie, even your children, because that baddie in the red dress is fucking, basically it's worth watching that just because of that. Do you know there's a scene where they get into that car crash and she goes spinning in the air and her legs are spread apart? Do you know that's one of the most paused scenes in film history? People trying to like pause and see if they can see some coochie.
Really?
Yeah. So
did not know that.
What is your number 10, Jared, for the 80s? The final one.
Christmas Story.
Really? I forgot about that movie, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in years, and the only thing I remember is when he says the bad word, and then the next scene is him getting soap in his mouth.
Yep.
Oh, also the fucking the lamp, the lady leg lamp.
Yep, we've got multiple replicas of that in my house.
Really?
Yeah, we've got a little plug-in like nightlight one that sits in our hallway near our bathroom, and we got an ornament that we hang on our tree every year because my dad loves that fucking movie. We almost bought. My profile picture or my contact picture for my dad in my phone is a picture of him holding the replica or holding a replica lamp when we went and visited the house and went on a tour.
Yeah, because it's in Cleveland.
Yep. And we almost bought one when we were there, but it was like stupid expensive. He didn't want to spend that kind of money on it.
He should have bought one.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
My number 10 is Beetlejuice.
Oh, that's another one I saw.
I love this movie. Fucking Michael Keaton. This is the role he was born for. It's so weird and wonky, and it's such a far out there concept, but they absolutely nail it. The scene where they're all dancing around the table, and then how does it go? It's like daylight, come back, we won't go home. Fucking love that scene. I'll never forget the first. So I remember my mom watching it when I was younger, and the first scene I remember seeing is when, I forget the male character's name, but when he like pulls his face forward and makes him look like that weird creature. I'll never fucking forget that. A young Winona Ryder who is hot as hell when she was younger. Like, come on. Like, come on. So yeah. So that is the 80s. So bam.
Hell yeah, brother. 10
of them done. We now got the 90s. This is a time where movies were at like their height. You had the 80s was ramping up all these great ass movies, and the 90s at the beginning it was great, and then like towards like 1997 it kind of dipped very low. But yeah, so what is your, actually I'll go first since you went first last time. My number one movie for the 90s is Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
I'm not saying like it's number like, but yeah, Shawshank everyone should see. Morgan Freeman absolutely kills it. Has a great story, a little bit overrated, but overall great movie.
Yeah, I have that on there too.
Yeah, what's your number one?
Hold on, I'm looking for something.
Was it Shawshank?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
wait. Okay, Shawshank Redemption is different from The Green Mile, right?
Correct.
And Green Mile was not in the 90s?
No, Green Mile was in the 90s, I believe.
Oh, well, I fucking mixed up some stuff. Anyway, my first one's Space Jam.
Wait. Wait. You have a sports movie on there?
That's not a movie about sports.
Yeah, they're literally playing basketball to save the planet.
Nah, dude, that's a movie about cartoons.
It has Michael Jordan in it.
Yeah, he's famous. He's not sports.
For what? What is he famous for, Jared? Sports. Okay. I love Space Jam. We'll talk about it later because it's on my list too.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Goodfellas. I think this is the greatest mob movie of all time.
That's what it. Okay, I was like, well, I know the name. I was gonna fucking remember what it was
Ray Liotta is in this, absolutely kills it. It's a Martin Scorsese film. Joe Pesci's in this, and when you see Joe Pesci in it, you know you're getting 2 things: great acting and him saying "fuck" a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to spoil this movie for anyone if you haven't seen it, but great movie, great themes, fucking hilarious at times that it should not be hilarious. So yeah, Goodfellas.
All right.
What is your number?
My
2?
number 2 is fucking Forrest Gump.
I knew that was going to be on there. That's why I didn't put on mine.
Oh yeah.
Jenny.
Oh yeah. I could probably quote most of that movie. However, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't know if I could do the entire thing accurately, but I could do most of the major scenes.
I haven't seen that
probably
movie.
not in my current state.
I have not seen that movie in maybe about 10 years.
I haven't seen it in about a year, I think.
Oh, I forgot Beverly Hills Cop. Shit.
All right, what's your third? By the way, Forrest Gump, best movie of all time. Anyway, what's your third?
That's wrong. My third is Scream. This is personally my favorite horror / slasher genre or franchise. I think this, like, if we're talking strictly horror movies, this may have the best intro, like, scenes of all time. I mean, you have Drew Barrymore, having to answer questions about.
Is she naked?
You're thinking of Scary Movie with Carmen Electra, where he like stabs her in the boob and he rips it out and it's fucking fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carmen Electra fell off. Holy shit. I think she's from Ohio, by the way. I don't know why I know that. Anyways,
let's look it up.
Scream, obviously, it has great twists at the end. And the best thing about Screams is how tongue-in-cheek it is and how it makes fun of horror movie tropes while doing it. So it's a perfect horror movie for me. Well, I guess slasher movie for me. So what is your number 4, Jared?
Well, considering I haven't said my number 3 yet, I'll say first.
I'm sorry.
My number 3 is Dumb and Dumber.
No.
I know.
No, you don't mean that.
Yes, I do. Dumb and Dumber's fucking hilarious.
Shenandoah, Ohio.
I also was looking her up, you fucker.
Man, was she hot. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Facts. So yeah, Dumb and Dumber. So I had seen that a few times when I was young, but like I had zero fucking memory of it. So I rewatched that, God, probably like this past like February or some shit with my parents. Yeah. And so the reason we rewatched it is because my dad always tells stories about when he was dating my mom, like before they got married, how he took my mom, my grandma, and my aunt to see this movie. And my aunt and my grandma were laughing more at my mom than they were at the movie, because my mom would laugh at everything that happened in that movie so fucking hard. She was wheezing, like crying, gasping for the whole time. So we rewatched it, and of course I was paying more attention to my mother's reactions to the movie than I was the actual movie. And sure as shit, there were a few scenes where like it was funny, don't get me wrong, but like it was even funnier because I have my mom sitting next to me and she can't fucking breathe because she's laughing at how fucking funny it is. So yeah, that Dumb and Dumber is just a good movie, depending on the company you keep, I guess. So what's your number 4?
To respond to Dumb and Dumber thing, I just don't care for that kind of comedy.
Yeah, well, it's because you're fucking stuck up prick.
My number 4 is The Lion King.
Ugh.
Maybe Disney's greatest like cartoon ever. What? Are you serious? I mean, you're gonna shit on The Lion King right now?
No.
Are we gonna be real here?
To each their own.
Are we gonna be real here?
I just don't like a lot of old Disney movies anymore. I've grown out of them.
Wow. Yeah, but you can still see the cultural impact. I mean, this movie has Darth Vader in it, Jared.
That's fair.
Oh, anyways, great ass score. I think the visuals in this movie for like when it came out was great. I think some of the hidden lore behind the movie, you know, you got to remember, Jared, a little history Disney lesson for you. Do you know that the Little Mermaid, there's a scene in there where there's a golden penis in the background on the castle that an artist put in there?
Yeah, because then they get in trouble for having it in there.
Yeah, well, and then in The Lion King, when Simba like falls down, or no, when his dad falls down and hits the dust spells sex.
Does it?
Yes, it doesn't anymore, but it used to when it first came out. Sick fuck Disney, or sick fucks. That's at Disney. There we go. Anyways, yeah, Lion King. I mean, you've seen it. Everyone's seen it. I don't have to say anything about it. You know how good it is. The first intro scene's amazing. I think the arc of Simba is great. The second movie is bad, but we'll continue. What is your number 4?
The Fifth Element.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You've seen The Fifth Element?
Yeah.
Why do you like it?
I mean, I don't remember.
Okay, cool. So should we just move on to my number 5?
It's got...
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is in it. There we go. I cannot for the fucking life of me remember anything about the fucking plot of this movie. I just know that he has a gun and he teams up with the one guy who has a really high-pitched voice.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember his name.
Uh-huh.
And they go around. I think the guy he teams up with is famous or some shit. And so you have the girl who's got the orange hair, who's like alien partially from like some alien species, and that's important. And then a blue chick who sings opera dies.
Wow.
Oh, there's a bald guy with half his head of hair, and he has got like an arm cannon.
That's like half the movie plot right there.
I need to rewatch it because it was a good movie. What's your number 5? Yeah.
Dan texted me and he wanted me to tell you guys hello. Because he sees we're recording.
Is he gonna jump in when we're done?
No.
Gonna fucking hang out?
No.
Okay.
Number 5 for me is Forrest Gump. I'm going to continue. We already talked about it, but great movie. Not the greatest of all time, but it's a good movie. What is your number 5?
My number 5 is Austin Powers.
I forgot about that.
And it's fucking great. I watched those. Like, I'd seen them when I was young, but I couldn't remember anything about them, so I rewatched them with my girlfriend, like, last December.
They're oddly sexual.
They were so fucking funny.
They're funny. Oh, my God.
It was great.
Just think that man Shrek.
I know.
He
it's
went
fucking
from
amazing.
one great franchise to another. I think it's the ending of the first one or the beginning of the second one. He has that whole penis pump scene.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious.
Oh, yes.
Mini me. My number 6 is Schindler's List.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I had to get a Holocaust movie somewhere on here. And I wasn't doing the Boys in Striped Pajamas. So, Schindler's List, baby. First off, black and white movie. I usually don't like those, but this one worked. I think Liam Neeson, for once, actually did well in a movie and kind of led the movie and made me want to watch it again because of his performance. And yeah, it's about the Holocaust and Jews dying, so I'm here for it. I'll watch anything with that going on.
Facts.
That's about it. So what's your number 6?
Braveheart.
Really? Mel Gibson?
Yeah, I love Mel Gibson. There's another movie he does about the Revolutionary War that I don't remember the name of that we watched in school.
Yeah, it's good.
That I loved, but we didn't finish it because we went on break, so I missed like the last 30 minutes of the movie. But it was great, and I liked it.
I mean, Mel Gibson was killing it like late 80s, early 90s.
Mel Gibson's pretty good. I don't remember Braveheart though, for the life of me.
He did Hacksaw Ridge. He directed that.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting.
I think that was after he said he hated black people, though. I don't know, one of those.
Christ, I didn't know he said that.
I don't think he said he hated black people. I think he said something insensitive, though. But who cares? It's Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
My number 7 is Fargo. Have you ever seen Fargo?
That's a movie.
That is a movie. Yes.
I think I've seen it.
It is kind of like a murder mystery, and it is fucking hilarious how those people talk in that movie. And I like the scope of it. I like the atmosphere. I like the area that they're in. I think the plot doesn't really slow down. It keeps a good steady pace. And I think Fargo's something everyone should watch. It's a fun movie to watch. What is your number 7?
The Matrix, all of them. They're good movies.
All of them?
Yep.
All of them?
The Matrix.
First off,
is
did
so
Matrix 3 come out in like 2001?
Fuck, did it? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that came out like 2001, 2002. So you can't say all of them.
The Matrixes that were in the 90s.
First one's okay. The second one's garbage, and the third one's hot trash.
I don't know. They're pretty good. Matrix 4, hashtag.
Hashtag, yeah. My number 8 is The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, I was gonna be one of mine.
I mean, if you haven't seen this movie's fucking hilarious. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's on my list. I haven't watched this movie in like 6 years, but I felt like when I saw this movie deserved to be on there because when I did watch it, I was crying because of how funny it is. But what is your number 8, Jared?
Saving Private Ryan.
Forgot about that movie.
Really?
That movie is so good that war veterans, when they saw it in the theaters, had to step outside because they could smell the beach again. Because of how realistic he caught that. True story. They had to get out of the theater and they were crying about it. That movie is it's great because the attention to detail that it has. I mean, a lot of people actually don't know that they had to put bags over their guns so that they didn't get wet and jam, right?
Yeah.
Basically, it was a condom for the gun. And I think the opening scene and the intensity that it brings immediately and the horror of that day was captured perfectly. Great movie. That should have been on my list, hands down. I would get rid of Space Jam for that, hands down. Completely forgot about that movie. My number. Did you want to talk about it, or did I say everything for you?
No, I haven't seen it ever, so I need to watch it sometime.
What?
I've seen.
Really?
I've seen like 20 minutes of the movie.
Are you
because
kidding me?
I think my parents were watching it, and I was like, I'm gonna go play video games with my friends. Like
that
when I
is
was
like
playing on
Tom Hanks'
360.
best movie, maybe.
I know. I want to see it badly. I just don't know where to find it.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Anyways, the distrust I have for you now. Number 9 for me is Terminator 2. I'm not a fan of the Terminator series, but T2. T2 is the only one I'll watch. You have John Connor, you have Arnie at his prime, and yes, I'm gonna call him Arnie from now on.
Arnie. And like from Black Ops, the Arnies, little Arnies.
You
could throw them.
Yeah, I remember, Jared. They were like the squid things. I know. You're throwing me off. Anyways, the action in this, the intensity that it brings. I mean, I guess the main thing that I watch this movie for is because the plot is nearly perfect. But yeah, T2 is my number 9. What is your number 9, Jared?
Pulp Fiction.
Okay, have you seen Pulp Fiction?
I don't know. No. I don't believe I have. I've seen, like I said, I've seen clips of it, but not the full movie ever.
How have you never seen Pulp Fiction?
I really want to see Pulp Fiction.
You should see Pulp Fiction.
I agree at some point. Anyway, what's your number 9?
You hurt me. I already said my number 9. We're on my number 10.
Oh,
my number 10 is Space Jam. We already talked about it. But how in the fuck have you not seen Pulp Fiction?
I'll see it someday.
The ending scene with Bruce Willis in it, like...
Bruce Willis is in that movie?
Yes. And the sex store that he's in is fucking hilarious.
Oh, I have seen that.
Yeah.
I remember because the
guy talks about giving him glory hole shit.
Are you all right? I'm pretty fucking far.
Yeah. The movie just fucking ends.
I need to see the rest of it.
Yeah, you need to see everything. It's so funny when I think it's I don't remember if it was Samuel Jackson who killed the guy in the car, but he fucking blasts his head and then there's brain guts everywhere and they're fucking arguing with each other about why they did that. It was fucking hilarious. Anyways, what is your number 10?
So, my number 10, I'm gonna go with Titanic.
Do you actually like the Titanic movie?
It was all right, but I have
It was
three
all
more. So I couldn't pick between them.
Okay, let's hear 'em.
Real quick, I had Titanic, and my other ones were Mrs. Doubtfire,
That absolutely not. No,
American Pie,
maybe.
and Good Will Hunting.
Okay, American Pie and Titanic deserve to be on that list.
Okay, well that's I'm all out.
Mrs. Doubtfire, who the fuck? I love Robin Williams, but get the fuck out of here.
Robin Williams.
I forgot about Hook. Hook could have been in there.
Hook's
Hey,
cool.
I mean, we're talking about Robin Williams. Anyways, Jared, that is it for the 90s. Bam! 10 movies. Well, for Jared, like 13. Let's move on to the 2000s. A time of...
Okay.
hold on, let me finish my fucking monologue about the 2000s. The 2000s, a time where dudes had spiky hair. We were getting garbage horror movies.
All right, my number one for the 2000s is National Treasure.
Let me finish, please. You're ruining this. All I wanted was this. But anyways, continue.
National Treasure.
All right, that's on my list.
Oh.
I only put this on my list because Dan loves these movies so much. He loves Nicolas Cage. I mean, it's great, but I don't think it's a top 10.
Yeah, it's good.
But I was like, if I'm not putting the Goonies on, I should put at least one Nicolas Cage on there. And the only good Nicolas Cage movie is National Treasure. So, you know.
Oh.
So my number one is, no shock, it's Spider-Man 2. I have spent numerous podcasts talking about this, so I'm not going to waste your time. Great superhero movie of all time. Tobey Maguire absolutely fucking killed it, and the duality of being Spider-Man and Peter Parker is something that's never been replicated like this since, and it is perfect. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is The Dark Knight, Batman.
That's on my list too.
Nice.
Hashtag Christopher Nolan.
Hell yeah, brother.
Do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to wait till my next one after number 2?
Let's talk about it when you're ready.
So my number 2 is No Country for Old Men. Have you seen that movie? Hey, Jared.
At some point.
Have you never seen this movie?
I don't know.
I need to know if you've seen this movie before.
Who stars in it?
No. Have you seen this movie
Who stars in it? I can't remember.
Isn't it like Javi? It's a bunch of people actually. Hold on. It is Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin, Tommy Lee Jones. I think Woody Harrelson's in it.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. Anyways, great movie. I'm not gonna spoil it
It's
just
been
in
a
case
long
nobody's
time,
seen
so
it.
I can't really remember all
you
of
should
it.
rewatch that movie. You should rewatch that movie. That movie's a fucking ride. What is your number 3?
Shrek.
That's also on my list.
Shrek is fucking god tier, and anyone who says otherwise is a fucking
Shrek
moron.
is the greatest movie of all time. Can we just sit here and say it?
I can agree. I wish I owned Shrek the Third so I could Shrek marathon, but I don't, and I can't.
Isn't there 4 Shrek movies?
There's 4. They're making a 5th.
Yo, let's go. Maybe the greatest. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. One of the greatest themes. Come on, it's Shrek. My number 3 is The Dark Knight. I mean, what? Well, self-plug. You ready, Jerry? Self-plug time. I just ranked all the Christopher Nolan movies from 13 to 1. I talk about The Dark Knight for like 10 minutes. If you want to hear my thoughts about The Dark Knight, you can go over there if you want more detailed thoughts. But I'll just say it. All I have to say, Heath Ledger Joker, and Christopher Nolan directed it. That's why it's on this list. Let's move on, Jared. What's your number 3? Your number 4, sorry.
Titans.
Wait, what was it?
Remember the Titans.
Are you reading my list?
No.
Why do we have so many movies to say? Okay, yes. Okay. When's the last time you saw that movie?
Oh, fuck. When we were still in school.
Remember the Titans is my favorite sports movie of all time.
I'm pretty sure we watched Remember the Titans every year I was in high school.
Yeah, you probably did.
Like,
It's
I'm
such a
sorry.
good movie.
Like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. After
Listen,
that,
this movie has it all. You have racism.
Black people. Is that's what you we said the same thing.
No, we did not. Absolutely not. This movie deals with racism. It deals with, I almost just said gayism, but that's not a thing. Homophobia. Like, it deals with people from different areas coming together, and you also have motherfucking Denzel in it.
Oh no.
So,
Damien, no.
what?
I broke a flashlight.
Oh no. So my number 4 is Finding Nemo. This is the greatest animated movie of all time. You cannot tell me otherwise.
I almost put that on my list, but then I realized it's dog shit.
I fucking hate you. I mean, I think this is still the best looking Pixar movie of all time. I love the underwater scenes. This movie's fucking hilarious. Dory's one of the most iconic characters. Fisher Friends.
Yeah, but Ellen DeGeneres is a piece of shit.
Shut the fuck up. We're not talking about her. We're talking about Dory.
That's who Dory.
I know, but she's not Ellen. In the movie, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, Fisher Friends, not food. Finding Nemo, number 4. Jared, what's your number 5?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Stop!
Curse of the Black Pearl, and if they're all before 2010, I'd put all of them in there.
Are you hacking right now?
Because I just, like, on my own time went and marathoned all of them.
They're great. They're great. Fun time.
Except I couldn't do Stranger Tides because it's not on Disney Plus for some fuck off reason.
Well,
so I just watched the first 3. But I mean, those are the only ones you need to watch. And let me just tell you, I after watching those on my YouTube recommended, I got a bunch of stuff about the movies. And I don't usually watch shit like that, but I watched one talking about how one of the greatest battle scenes ever, like in terms of like naval, like old-timey stuff.
Old-timey stuff.
Like in At World's End, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's
the
fighting
fucking fight scene with what's the name of the ship? Yeah.
The Black Pearl?
Anyway, the Black Pearl and the other one, the underwater, the Flying Dutchman. Yeah. So the fight scene between those two in the fucking, like, whatever the fuck that's called, because my brain ain't working too good right now. That's just a great scene. And everything that happens in that whole last area with, like, Calypso. And, like, you've got fucking Barbossa, and they're like, Captain, we need you with the helm. And he goes, it's, like, raining real hard. And he goes, you do, don't you? Or some fucking cocky shit. And I just got an instant erection. Great movies. All of them good. I don't care if they think.
Yeah.
I don't care if the one comes out in 2011 like I think it does. They're all great. Fuck you. They're good. And what's your number 6?
4 came out in 2011.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure.
Pirate.
I think the first one came out in like 2003, 2004. Dead Man's Chest came out in like 2006, 2007, and then At World's End came out in 2009.
World's End came out in 2007.
Okay.
Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one nope. At World's End still. Hold on. I can Google things that
Stranger Tides came out in 2011. Yeah, so the fourth movie came out in 2011. Stranger Tides isn't that bad. It's not that bad of a movie. It's not as good as the first 3.
Caribbean. Where is it?
We're moving.
Curse of the Black Pearl. No. Curse of the Black Pearl. 2003. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you didn't.
I literally did.
Shut up, bitch.
Wow. So
tell me your number 6.
We're on number 5 for me.
Whatever.
So my number 5 is Remember the Titans. We already talked about it. So what is your number 6?
Step Brothers.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I fucking love Step Brothers. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but I love Step Brothers. That shit's fucking hilarious.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
What's your number 6?
My number 6 is Memento by Christopher Nolan.
Never seen it.
I know. We talked about self-plug time. You ready? I ranked the Christopher Nolan movies from 13 to 1 last week on my YouTube channel.
Wow, did you?
If you want more in-depth talks and details and thoughts that I have on my own, go to that video, like it please. It already has like 50 something views, I believe. Thank you.
Wow.
We'll move on. Memento, great. Cool story. Cool way to tell a story. Anyways, Jared, what is your number 7?
Did you? Idiocracy.
No.
What do you mean no?
I've never seen that movie. I'll be honest with you. That's the only movie you've listed so far
It's
that I've
a
never seen.
it's a good movie. I mean, it's fucking stupid, but it's a great movie. Really funny. I vaguely remember the plot. I can't remember the fucking actor's name, but Terry Crews is in it.
That's all you need
He's
to know.
he's the president. Basically,
I'm
people
down
get
for
really
that.
stupid because it's actually, if you guys didn't know this, they could tell the future, and they're describing what's going to happen to us in the next few years because of how dumb everyone in this fucking country is.
Hey, I don't
And
like you giving out facts. That's my job for movies.
but anyway, so what? There's a one of the things is there's a food shortage that's starting to happen, like because they're all stupid as shit. Instead of giving plants water, they're feeding it this fucking Gatorade type drink. It's not called Gatorade, it's called like energy something. And so the guy who's from the past, because he kind of went to the future because he got frozen for some job, he got paid for it but didn't. He's like, yeah, if you give it water, it grows, you fucking morons. And they're like, you're a fucking idiot and you're stupid and go away. And they put him in jail for being smart. But anyway, what's your number, whatever you're up on?
Wow. National Treasure is my number 7.
Hey, I said that one.
You did. Wow. I know. You're going to say a lot of movies that I'm about to say in the next 4 things. So, what's your number 8?
Avatar.
No. Which
What do you
one?
mean? What do you mean, which one?
Because there's Avatar The Last Airbender, and then there's just fucking Avatar.
I just wrote Avatar.
Which one are you meaning?
I'm pretty sure the blue people one.
Okay.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is great though. So
no,
don't even
absolutely not. Not the M. Night
Yes, it
Shyamalan
is.
movie. Not the movie. The TV show.
Not
Great.
oh fuck! Not the movie. No,
Yeah,
you
not
think
the
I'm
movie.
retarded? Yeah, the show's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather castrate myself than rewatch that movie.
Funny.
My fucking girlfriend was like, "Watch the movie with me," and I'm like, "No, there's no reason to give myself less fucking brain cells."
No,
But
he
go ahead.
didn't. Fact about Avatar, that still has to this day one of the most realistic water effects that people are still trying to replicate to this day and have not been able to accomplish.
I mean, have you played Red Dead?
We're talking about movies, Jared.
Oh, sorry. All right, what's your number 9?
Number 8 is Gladiator.
The fuck? Is that with Brad Pitt?
Nope, that's with Russell Crowe.
Okay. Okay. Don't.
Not even
we're
the
done.
same hemisphere.
Oh, we're done. Let's go to the next.
What's your number 9?
Tropic Thunder.
Dude, the only reason why that movie's good is because Robert Downey Jr. in blackface.
Well, I mean, but
I guess Ben Stiller's funny too.
nah, fuck Ben Stiller. Jack Black.
Yeah, but Jack Black just, I don't know. He's
Shut
just,
the fuck up. Tell me your number 9. You don't have any opinions about it.
Pirates of the Caribbean. We can move on.
Okay.
What's your number 10?
So I've got 4. Sorry.
No,
1, 2,
no,
3, 4,
no,
5.
no.
I can't pick.
Okay, let me say my number 10 first then.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Shrek. Move on. What's your 4?
I can't decide. So I've got a number 10 spot, then I've got 4 others that I couldn't decide from.
Okay, let's hear them.
All right, so I think my official number 10, I would throw the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring in. I think I'd put that in there because I that's the one that I like a lot. So my other ones are then Hot Fuzz, Iron Man, which I mean
Pause?
Iron Man.
Pause.
Okay.
Hot Fuzz in the same list as The Dark Knight and as some other movie you stated. No. Continue.
Okay. Iron Man.
Okay.
Taken with fucking
Nope,
Liam Neeson.
absolutely not. Continue.
Yes. Actually, I'm switching it out. What I'm about to say right now is my official number 10 Lord of the Rings on this extras. Wall-E.
That's fair. Yeah.
Wall-E is so fucking. I could
Wall-E makes me cry.
one of the only movies animated that I think I could rewatch without getting sick of is Wall-E. I don't know what it is without it.
It looks amazing.
Yes.
And the story it tells is good. I have 2 honorable mentions that I like to say. One, all the Harry Potters that came out during the 2000s.
Yeah.
2, Monsters Inc. I actually should have put this on my list over Gladiator. I just forgot about it. Monsters Inc. is number 2 to Finding Nemo for like my favorite animated movies of all time. So, bam, 2000s done. We are now going into the 2010s, and you know what I call this one, Jared? The Christopher Nolan era, because that's what fucking 3 of these are on my list.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Alrighty, so number 1, Inception. Let's just get it right out of the way. Plug time.
All right, I'm just gonna take Inception off my list then.
Okay, plug time. I just ranked all the Christopher Nolan movies from 13 to 1. I gave Inception a very good ranking, and if you want to hear my thoughts about it and more, I guess, details about the movie and maybe some behind the scenes stuff, you should go watch that video. I'll hopefully remember to link it down below. What is your number 1?
So just before we go, I had Inception in like my 9th spot.
Oh, Inception's great.
So my number 1 is, which I'm gonna switch these around because I have them in separate order because it's just the first one I thought of. But my number 1, I want to say not listed, but my number 1 is Interstellar.
Plug time. I ranked. Go ahead.
Interstellar. I mean, hold on. Okay.
Speak wisely.
Hold on, my head hurts. I'm trying to think. Okay, so my thought here, my brain pandemic is happening right now, which means movies aren't coming out usually, kind of. Not a lot of new ones. So they're playing old movies. And so the old movies are being played. You can go on like Fandango, which I use to like get a movie, and Interstellar is a movie you can go and see in theaters right now. And I never got to see it on the big screen, but I've watched it multiple times like at home, and it's a really good movie. And if I get the opportunity to go see it on the big screen right now because of COVID-19, I will. Right. That's how good it is. That's a movie that I will literally pay money for to go see again on the big screen.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say because I am. Your turn.
My number 2, Interstellar. Plug time. I ranked all the Christopher Nolan movies from 13
You already said that.
Shut up,
like
Jerry,
when I
let me plug. If you want to hear my deep thoughts and different
I
ideas
just
on this movie,
at my mic. Thinking it would shut you up.
If you want to hear some behind the scenes stuff, some more detailed thoughts about the movie, click that video. That'll link below. Please remember Damien, or I will kill myself tonight. What is your number 2? 3?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
It was a good movie. Good soundtrack.
You're right.
Good.
You're right.
I liked the way, and we talked about this on this podcast.
We did.
Probably.
I think a month or two ago.
Nope. A lot longer than that. Like last fucking year. We
no,
talked
there's no
about
way.
it. Yep. It was not a month ago because I haven't thought about this movie since last year. We talked about a long time ago how the fucking art style that they did, like making it look like a comic book but animated, was really nice and cool, and that's a big reason I like it. What's your number, whatever you're on, 3?
Plug time. I talked about Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049.
You are not plugging it again. Just talk about the movie.
I'm plugging it again. If you want to see a 25-minute video about me talking about Blade Runner 2049, bam, right there. Anyways, Blade Runner 2049 is my favorite movie of all time. I do recommend you watching that video by me because I do go more into depth of why. And
do you recommend that? Do you?
Yes,
I'm gonna unsubscribe from you. It's how much I hate you keep bringing it up. I hope people listen to this too, because that's so fucking annoying.
Plug time. That's gonna be a new weekly thing. Plug time.
No, it's not. Because if you make it a weekly thing, I fucking quit. That's how much I hate you.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ryan Gosling gives his best performance in this movie of all time. I think what makes sequels good, like Toy Story 2, T2, stuff like that, is there's a reason for the story to be told. This movie had that. And one of the best visually looking movies of all time, and I think this is Hans Zimmer's best score of all time. What is your number 3?
John Wick, but like all of them, because I didn't feel like writing them 3 separate times.
No. First one.
What do you mean no? All of them are really good.
The third one is mediocre.
I disagree with you, but that's okay, because you're allowed to be wrong. They're all good movies. What's your number 4? My
number 4 is The Wolf of Wall Street.
Wait, hold on.
There's no plug time.
Hold on.
Okay.
I don't have it on my list. I thought I did.
Okay. Why'd you have to count to see the name?
Because I've got 19 movies. I was trying to see which one it was.
You couldn't just look for it though. Anyways,
It's
Wolf
a
of
lot
Wall
of
Street.
letters.
I mean, I think this is Leo, like at his best. I think he should have won an Oscar for this movie, but whatever. Martin Scorsese directed his ass off in this. I think the
Margot Robbie's naked in that movie. That's a good thing.
yes, she is. And we were blessed, obviously. But
Fuck, yeah,
her
we
accent
were.
in that movie.
You fucking
Yo, I got so horny right there.
you fucking perv.
This movie's hilarious. I think Jonah Hill does good. We need to move on.
I forgot he's in that.
Yeah, what's your next one?
I need to watch Wolf of Wall Street at some point.
You've never seen that? You
so
just
my
keep
number
disappointing me every time you fucking talk.
My number 4, also a movie I've never seen, but I really, really wish I would have seen it when it came out. Is A Star Is Born.
Okay, it's good. Yeah, I've seen it.
All right.
You know,
What's your number 5?
Bradley Cooper hashtag. I don't know why I put a hashtag at the end of that.
Did you say Riley?
No. What?
Okay. I thought
I forgot to put American
What's your
Sniper
number
on this.
5?
Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal. Ew. What do you mean? This movie. So I heard a lot about it, and I never wanted to watch it. I just wasn't that big fan of Jake Gyllenhaal at the time. And
Understandably.
then one night, what does that mean? Donnie Darko, Broke Dick Mountain. Like, come on.
He's in Brokeback?
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know that.
Him and Heath Ledger.
That's right.
Yeah, the Joker is in that movie too. Damn. It's such a really interesting concept. I think Jake Gyllenhaal absolutely fucking nails the creepy guy that's trying to fucking stalk you, and it's just, I don't want to spoil this movie. If you have access to this movie, please watch it. But yeah, that's my number 5. What is your number 6?
Logan.
Okay. Why?
Like the guy.
Like Wolverine Logan? Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
I was gonna call him a honey badger. Yeah, that's a good fucking movie. We've talked about that in the past, probably.
I think we ranked it last year in something.
I don't fucking know, but the way that movie, in a way, kind of like redefines how a superhero movie can be made. It was really good. It's hard for me to look at that movie and think, wow, this is bad. Like, there are a few scenes in that movie that make me go, nah, I don't like it. There's a lot of scenes in that movie that are really, really, really fucking good. And I like the guy, I'm pretty sure the bad guy who has the hand, the robo hand, I'm pretty sure he was in Suicide Squad, and I liked him in that. So that's another good thing.
What movie were you just talking about? I completely zoned out.
Logan.
That's right. Yeah.
With Hugh Lee Jackman.
Yeah. Hugely Jackman.
What's your number 6?
My number 6 is The Other Guys.
What is that?
Will Ferrell and fucking, of course now I can't remember his name.
Oh,
Mark Wahlberg.
He does the Wahlburger show.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great movie. I love the beginning of that where you dig what I'm thinking? They fucking jump off the roof.
I recently watched this with my mom, and she was dying the whole time.
It's a great
dude.
Fucking
it's
movie.
So fucking funny when Mark Wahlberg goes over to Will Ferrell's house and he meets his wife. And
yeah,
so what are you doing here? Like, why? And when he's leaving, he's like, "Bye, Sheila," and Will Ferrell's like, "Bye, Mark." He's like, "Bye, Sheila." I think the best part in that movie though is where Mark Wahlberg calls Will Ferrell. He calls him a fish. I forget what fish it is. And then he calls himself a lion, and the Will Ferrell completely spins it on him, talks about how he could literally create an air system so that he could hunt the lion's family on land. Flounder, I think, is what they were. Tuna, something like that. Fucking hilarious.
Tuna, yeah, that sounds right.
the whole Prius jokes and the Little River Band when he plays that. Great times, great times. What is your what's your next one?
So this is where I'm not in order anymore.
Well, yeah.
So I just want you to know I have 19 total.
You need to pick one.
I know, but number 6, like, it dead ass is just completely out of order. So don't make fun of me. I'm just gonna read them from here, and then I'm gonna read the extra ones at the end because I don't feel like trying to pick. So my next one is Inside Out.
Okay.
Yeah, not a bad movie.
That's not terrible. So my next one,
Mr. Bongo.
Yeah, not bad. My next one is a film I know you haven't seen, Jared. It's called A Ghost Story. This movie
isn't. Never mind. Go ahead.
So, A Ghost Story is a really interesting film. The premise is, okay, so first off, you know when you dressed up as a ghost as a kid, you put like bed sheets over yourself and you like color in the eyes or cut out the holes for the eyes? Like that's what people do. So, think of that. So, basically the premise is this guy dies and he becomes a ghost, and when you see him, he looks like that, right? And basically you watch his wife move on from him and have not a better life, but has a good life without him. And he's experiencing these things with her, but like she's experiencing it without him. It's so touching. There's not a lot of like talking in the movie. It's just, I love movies that can convey emotion without stating it in the dialogue. And there are certain scenes in this where you are watching this man basically underneath a sheet staring at his like wife who has a new husband and kids, and you can just see the pain that he has. And it is a great movie. It's an indie movie. It's an A24 movie. If you want to see it, I highly recommend it if you want to cry. So what is your next movie?
You know, I've heard of that movie, and I almost watched it, but I didn't because I didn't know anything about it. My next one is Avengers: Infinity War.
Okay. So you're on team that's better than Endgame?
Huh?
Infinity War is better than Endgame, right? We can agree to that?
No.
What? All right.
It's good, but I don't think it's better. I just rewatched Endgame, and
I hate watching Endgame.
Even though it's the first time I've rewatched it like fully in about a year. I mean, maybe not a whole year, but like in multiple months, I caught myself almost crying in a bunch of the scenes. I'm like, stop it. Like, I know what happens, but I can't help but tear up when it's like at the end. And it's like, we did it, Mr. Stark. We did it. Or fucking when it's fucking Barton and fucking Natasha, and they're just sitting there like with the soul gem. Like, that fucking hurts, bro. Also, since we said it, Endgame's on my list too, so I'll rank them at the same time.
Okay. My next one is The Great Gatsby.
Okay, I almost put that on my list and I took it off.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I remember reading the book in high school or middle school, whichever one it was, and I actually didn't care for the book that much. I thought it was intriguing, but when I saw the movie, I don't remember why I watched this movie. I watched it like 2 years ago for the first time. And you know what brought me to it? Leonardo DiCaprio. I saw him in it. I was like, I'll give it a fucking chance. And I was really shocked. I think Tobey Maguire does a good job in this movie. I think the themes that it carries over from the book works well in the movies. And overall, I just think Leonardo DiCaprio steals the show, as he does in every single movie that he is in. What is your next one, Jared?
My number 7 is Captain America: Civil War. Well, that's not right.
You mean Winter Soldier?
That's not. Yeah, that's not right. I don't know. I mean, I like Civil War, but I definitely meant for that to be Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier is probably the best Marvel movie.
Or I don't know. I made this list a week ago. Maybe I didn't mean Civil War. Fuck that. I'm changing it. Fuck that. I don't want to put Captain America on there. I already have. My number 7 is actually Rocket Man. I lied to you.
Rocket Man's good.
I haven't seen it. Want to though?
Yeah, I don't like the parts where it's two dudes kissing, but
because you're a fucking.
I'm not homophobic. It's just, I like women. I don't fancy guys that way.
You
have
aren't
no.
going to be able to get your way out of this. It's
I'm gonna get
literally
my.
just
Let
being
me
a
finish. Let me
homophobe.
finish. Let me finish. I have no issues with gay guys. If you want to be gay and you want to kiss each other, have at it. I personally just don't want to watch it because that's not what I'm into.
Okay.
It's
a movie.
That's gonna get edited out. I'm just joking. My next one's The Revenant with Tom Hardy and I keep dropping this. Tom Hardy and Leonardo DiCaprio. This obviously won Leonardo DiCaprio his Emmy. You're not his Emmy. What am I fucking talking about? His Oscar.
I have not seen this movie then.
What?
I don't know what this is. I thought it was something
You've
else.
never seen The Revenant?
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I may have just mistaken this with Shutter Island, which I also have on my list. So I definitely just made a mistake here.
You hurt me.
I know.
Anyways, what's your next movie?
Shazam.
No.
Yeah, it's a fucking great movie.
No.
I love Shazam.
No. We'll move on. My next movie is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that was my first one.
Yes.
No, it wasn't. It was my second.
Captures the different kind of Spider-Mans perfectly for me. You've ruined my train of thought. Movie's good.
Oh, well.
Has a good soundtrack. Sunflower, great song. Let's go. Move on. That was it. Oh, that's my number 10. You can list off all your other ones.
That was your number 10?
Yeah.
I'm only on number 9.
No, I said all mine. We're definitely. I definitely just skipped you there. So say your last 6 or 7, whatever they are.
All right, my next one, my number 9, is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Okay, Tom Hanks, yeah.
My number 10 is Thor Ragnarok.
Okay, yeah.
My number 3 is 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Good movie, yes.
My number 12, I just rewatched this movie, and I'm so glad I have it on here. I should have ranked it higher, is Django Unchained.
Good movie, yes.
Such a good movie. Also, something I didn't know that my girlfriend pointed out to me is you get to see the girl, I can't remember her name in that movie, you get to see her boobs, and I did not know that. And she was like, hey, look, this is the scene.
Interesting fact about that movie, the part where Leonardo DiCaprio slams his hand onto the table,
I knew that.
Broke glass and cut his hand, but they kept that in because he decided to keep going and fully fucking killed that scene, boy. Oh, great actor.
What makes it even better is when, like, because that it obviously wasn't meant to happen, he puts the blood on the girl's face.
Yeah, perfect. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Great movie. Of course, like right after we watched it, I was looking at memes and shit, and I saw a bunch of the "you will" memes. That movie has got so many. Leonardo DiCaprio, first of all, has a bunch of great memes, but that movie, Django Unchained, is such a good fucking movie.
Oh yeah,
I love like Jamie Foxx learning how to be a bounty hunter and all that shit. Great. Anyway, my next one is Shutter Island.
Yep.
Obviously, another one I would have ranked higher. My next one is Deadpool. I fucking love Deadpool. You could do 1 or 2, but I love the first one.
No, one's definitely better than 2.
You could put either one because they're both good, but one is also like better in my opinion. Like my favorite one. My next one is Ready Player One.
Okay.
Loved that movie when it came out. Still to this day do. I used to say that was like tied for my first place favorite movie. But now I'm like, it's a little bit lower. I still love the movie, don't get me wrong. Like, I will gladly rewatch it.
I just think the pacing's a little off.
Well, I just was a lot more hyped about it when it came out than I am now. And then my last one, which is probably, not including Bill and Ted, because that's an older movie. My next one is the most recent movie I've watched that was new to me that I have not seen before. And that is Swiss Army Man with fucking Daniel Radcliffe. Mm-hmm. That movie was so fucking good. It was one of those, like, I feel like a lot of people don't know about it. It's like really slept on, but it's really fucking good.
It's really good.
Like, it's really good.
Yep.
Highly recommend. So that's all. So sorry I had so many extras, but I have a really hard time getting rid of movies I think deserve to be there when I see other movies that are really good.
I have 2 like kind of honorable mentions. Peanut Butter Falcon, really good movie that we talked about last year when we were like giving out movie awards. And then my favorite movie of last year, fucking Lighthouse. So
yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, so really good movies.
Notice how the new Joker wasn't on our list because that movie is not as good as everyone said it was. Too much hype, overrated.
That movie,
Haven't
it
seen
was
it.
the best movie of that year,
Haven't seen it. Not
besides The
going to.
Lighthouse. Like, but there's a lot of movies I would watch over the Joker for sure.
So I actually have one that I want to talk about real quick because I saw it earlier. It's a movie from the 80s that I keep getting told I need to watch because it's a
Yeah.
really funny movie, I think. It says
Ferris
funny or
Bueller's Day
gore. I
Off.
don't know. No. Toxic Avenger.
They're
Have you seen
recommending
it?
that?
It's I can't remember. It's whenever I talk about a certain type of movie, like I can't remember it because it's been a long time since I've talked about it. But I've got a couple of my neighbors say like, if you want to see a movie that's like, I think they say it's like really like funny or really messed up, like that dark humor, like kind of fun,
Well,
like
it
gory
is,
shit.
yeah.
It was they like you need to watch Toxic Avenger. That shit's hilarious if you're into that kind of dark humor stuff. So I almost put that in my 80s,
It's
but I
like,
haven't seen it and I know nothing about it, so I didn't.
I don't know if
But
you ever watched like the Goosebumps TV show.
I fucking hated that.
Dude, those used to scare me.
Yeah, they were not great. I had nightmares for those.
Oh yeah. I believe the premise is just like he falls into a vat of acid, or like he falls into like a tub of acid, and like he becomes like a monster and like kills people.
Yeah, I want to see it because supposedly
I've seen it
I see it
once, and I haven't wanted to see it again.
There's one I want to say another thing. I just looked at my list just because we're talking. 3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri. I did not see the whole movie. I saw out of however long it is, I've seen like 80% of it because my parents were watching it, so I was watching it with them. But there was something going on where I know it was the night I was talking to you. We were doing something, or we were like something with Madden, I think. So I kept like walking away to come down and see if the game was updated so we could play or something like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the whole thing, but I really, really liked the parts I saw because Woody Harrelson's in it.
Of course.
So that's probably the end of my tangents on our movies. What
right.
Were you saying?
Alrighty. Well, hour and a half podcast there for you guys.
Hey, it's been a while.
Yeah. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow, share. Please share our videos, our podcast. We're trying to get this to go somewhere. Remember, there is benefits for you too. First off, I talked about at the beginning of the podcast. I have new mic coming. Well, I already have it, but you'll have better audio quality from me personally. In the next
maybe
3
me
weeks.
eventually, depending on how things go.
At 100 subscribers, we will turn face cams on. At 100 subscribers, I will also decide to ruin my computer and upgrade the quality for SoundCloud, like the audio quality. So there's stakes in it for you too. So if you want better quality on SoundCloud, if you want to see our beautiful little faces on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. Please share, tell your friends. We're trying to get the shit going. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Conversation in Colon's podcast.
Don't forget to check us out on social media. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah.